This video will go through creating a new Google site. To create a new Google site, you want to go to our Brady Start page, and this is located at start.insidebrady.com. From here, you're going to click on the link that says Google Sites. And on the very first tab, this is where you would both create and view sites. So if you look down at the bottom, there is a link here that says Create New Site. Now you can create a new site from here, or alternatively, if you happen to be in the area of viewing Google Sites, let's click on this link. If you happen to be in this section where you are viewing them, you can also click this Create New Site button, and that will do the same thing. So for our demo, we will go through creating a new site from our start page. We'll click on that, and it's going to take you to the screen that you need to fill out. The very first section here says choose a template to use. So if you'll notice, there are 3 different templates that are listed here: the Brady blank template, the team site, and the project site. These are 3 templates that we've created internally for your use. If you notice, there is a little question mark next to each one, and if you hover over it, it will explain what each of these templates is. So if you wanted to understand, what does a team site mean, or what does a project site mean, or what is a Brady blank template? So you can read through those to understand which of those may fit your needs. There is also the opportunity to browse the gallery for more. So if you click this link, this is going to take you to a section where you can look through other templates that Google has created, as well as other Google users. So there's thousands of them out there with different looks and feels and content in them. So if you decide, a team site or a project site sounds like something that I'd need, but I want to see what this really looks like, you could hover over that question mark and click on this link that says Preview Template. And what this will do is it will take you to the template. Now, what is a template? A template is a site that is already put together with content that basically you're going to be creating and then tweaking and altering to make it your own site. So in this example, this is a team site that has it has a files section. So this is where you would share your files. It has an Our Team section, so maybe where you'd list who the different people are on your team and some other information about them. A team news section, and you may decide this is the kind of information I need for my site. So if you choose to use this template, what you do is simply click out of this preview, and you're going to highlight it here in the template list. If you notice that the outside of it turns blue, so you would highlight that. That means that you've chosen that template. You're going to name your site, and you want to make sure that you're naming it something that's explanatory enough that if you're seeing it in a list of 100 sites, that it explains what it is. So for example, if we just put management team, that's not very explanatory. Instead, we may say something like the Europe IT management team. The next field is going to spell out for you what the URL for your site is going to be. And as you'll notice, the first part of the URL is not editable. However, the end part is. So it will auto-generate it based on what the title of your site is, but you may decide that you want it to be something very short that you're going to remember. So maybe you would say, I want it to be EUIT. The next section is choose a theme, and you can skip over that, just leave it as is. It says it's currently using the template default. This just means that it's using the theme from the template that you've used. So you can leave that as is. For more options, if you click on the plus sign next to it, you'll see some additional fields that need to be filled out. So the first one is your site categories. These are the categories that we showed in video number 1, where when we were viewing sites, there was that blue left-hand column that had all different categories. So this is where you're going to define those categories, and it says right here, if you want to enter more than one, you just separate it by a comma. So our categories might be Europe and IT. And then the description just needs to be a short but concise and descriptive sentence of what your site does. So this is the European IT managers site with managerial information. Probably not a good explanation, but you get the point that you want it to be short but yet describe what the site is. Under Collaborate With, this is where you want to pick, do we want to share the site with everyone in the company, or do you only want specific people to see it? I always recommend that you start with the second option, only people I specify, because what that will do is it will default the site to only you can view it, and then you can add individuals. If at some point you want everybody at Brady to view it, you can do that at a later time, and that's shown in another video how to share your site. The last checkbox, also let anyone in the world view the site. Do not check this box. If you truly want an external site, something that everyone in the world externally can view, that's something that needs to go through the help desk. So you would just call the help desk, and then we will help you in creating a site in a different domain other than Brady Corp. Okay? So at this point you can click the Create Site button, and you'll know that it's working because this button will change to Please Wait. And this will create the site using that template that we specified. You'll notice that our title's at the top, the Europe IT Management Team. It has the UIT in the URL. It has all the same information that was in the team template. And then from here I can make changes as I see fit for my site specifically. One thing to note is when you use a Brady template, the benefit is that you're always going to have this help link in the left-hand column here. If we click on this help, it's going to take us to our internal Brady Google Sites help site. This is something that's internally updated on a regular basis. We're constantly adding new features or new tips and tricks or questions. So if you have questions about how to do things with your site, like adding a calendar to a page or adding a footer to my site, this should be the first place that you can come to get those questions answered. So that link will always be in the left-hand navigation when you use one of our templates. The last thing that we want to cover in this video is to describe the structure of Google Sites. Let's click on the sitemap link, and what this will do is it'll take us to the tree structure or the hierarchical structure of our site. Everything you see in here is a page. Google Sites are simply made up of pages and subpages. It's not like a quick place that had rooms and folders, and within the folders there were pages. All pages are in a hierarchical structure that then they're defined by where you place them every time you create a page. So when you create a new page, you will define where in this hierarchy you want it to go. You also have the ability to move pages around, and these features are covered in other videos as well.